This is Charlie and Michelle. We're at Top of the Lake Snowmobile Museum, and again, they are a sponsor of the 1,000 Mile Challenge, and very excited to have their support to help send kids to camp. And I was excited to be able to stop by here and take a tour of the museum. I'd never been here before, and there's some amazing things to see. So I asked Charlie if he'd give us a little tour and kind of point out some interesting snowmobiles that they have here.
Sure. Well, we're going to start off with, we're the Top of the Lake Snowmobile Museum because we're at the northernmost point of Lake Michigan is Nobbinway. 42 miles west of the Mackinac Bridge, right on US 2. The northernmost point of Lake Michigan is Nobbinway. That's why we're called Top of the Lake. We got 200 sleds on display here. We're all about the history, so we got some weird stuff, some homemade stuff. Some you're only going to see here. Mercury Twin Track, they only made one machine. We have that machine here. We have a Honda White Fox. Honda made 200 sleds. They were prototypes. The guy killed on one, so they were recalled, destroyed, all but we know of like 5 left in existence. We have one here. But we start here with the Elias Motor Toboggan. He's been built his first one in 1924, so he's been blessed with the first manufactured snowmobile. And his first one in 1924, he had a bad leg. He wanted to get further into the woods trapping. And then in the military, he wanted to buy 200 sleds in 1939. He couldn't produce 200 sleds, so he contracted with the four-wheel drive auto company out of Janesville, Wisconsin. So he's been blessed with the first manufactured snowmobile with a patent on it. You got to throw that patent in there. There was a lot of one-of-a-kind stuff being made out of bikes, because bikes were around, but he's been with the first patent of a snowmobile. You can see it's a toboggan. This one here has an Indian motorcycle engine in it. Didn't have snowmobile engines back then, so they used motorcycle engines. That's what this one is. And this actually machine here was out 2 years ago on the snow running right here in our parking lot. If you go back to our Facebook page in February 24, you'll see this sled out running on the snow out there. And then we've got all the other ones also. We have a Bozak power toboggan without all sleds have most sleds have centrifugal clutches, still have them today, that's what this is. The Bozak power toboggan had 2 V-belts. It doesn't have a centrifugal clutch. Just got 2 V-belts. This was made up by Winnipeg, Canada, east of Winnipeg, Canada. Broken Head, yes. So this one, there was a lever here, you'd push it, it would loosen up the belts, then you could start it. This one has a GM transmission on it. Some of them he made had Ford transmissions. He'd go to the junkyards and whatever transmission he could get, that's what he would use, either mostly Ford or GM. This is the old GM 3-speed on a column. This is called a Skidoo tin cab. Bombardier started with the Skidoo in 1959. They had the vulcanized rubber track. They're the ones that brought it into the recreation world. Artie Cat next to it here was still doing the one-horse spreader chain, steel cleated track. Bombardier in 59 had that vulcanized rubber. It looked like this, but it had wooden skis clear out to here. But they're the ones that brought it into the recreational world.
Wow.
Artie Cat and Polaris tried in 63 and 64 to put their engine up front, but Bombardier was already doing it in 59. The Huskies are...
the museum in Quebec.
What?
Quebec, the Quebec museum stuff too.
Right. So this is the Huskies. Our family favorite was the Huskies. Dad had one. There was 8 kids in our family. Dad bought one of these so he could put 4 kids on the seat at one time. And now that's still our family favorite, still today.
Oh, yeah.
Matter of fact, I got a daughter in Cape Cod with one.
That's great.
All right, so Michelle mentioned that Bombardier donated 6-7 years ago, and Bombardier changed their museum around in Velcourt, Quebec to honor the man Bombardier. They got rid of their non-Bombardier sleds, so they chose this museum to give 33 of them to. And so anything that's part of the agreement, we have to have that logo displayed. That's their writing. to be displayed with the sled. So this is just one of them. They're scattered throughout the building. And Okabah, we'd never be able to have an Okabah.
Wow.
Here's Mercury got into it with a two-man chainsaw.
We found our clothing back there. It's on the rack.
Cool, thanks.
Oh, yeah. You bet.
1968, Mercury got into snowmobiles, but they were making this two-man chainsaw back in 1946. It's called the Kefauver Mercury motor. They tried putting this in their snowmobile in 68. It didn't work out. They made 200 of them. They didn't get enough air to them, so they burned pistons. But from 1968, they went from a chainsaw motor to 1975 with the snow twisters dominating the race world. What a short time from a chainsaw motor to 1975 dominating the race world.
Wow.
They did, well, in 1976, they won the Suwai 500. And we have a twin track Mercury out here too that they worked on it for 3 years.
Okay.
I'm partial to Vikings. My dad was a Viking dealer. This is my mother's Viking. The last year Viking only made right around 100 sleds. Dad got 2 to sell. We kept one, we called it Ma's Machine, and sold the other one. I bought it back now. So that's one of like 200, or excuse me, one of 100 left.
Okay.
The first year is 1976 in Ashland, 1966 in Ashland, Wisconsin for 2 years. Then they moved to Twin Valley, Minnesota to 1976 and they were done.
That's the Viking.
Like a whole lot of other ones in 1976, they were out of business.
Okay.
Here we have the first year, we just got this in, it's a 1968 Yamaha prototype. They were built in 67. 1967, Yamaha built 300 sleds. 270 were sent to the United States, so this is one of the 270 that were sent to the States. It's a 1968. This is owned by Chippewa Motors out of Sioux, Michigan. They've had it since brand new. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yamaha's our featured sled this year. We've got a bunch of, this is our race section out here. And you can see some custom stuff, a homemade air sled up there. That's a custom one. Those guys are cool, talented that made that. They're making custom stuff all the time. This is our race section. We really feature the Suwai 500 because it's a Suwai 500.
Sure.
That's what this is. We got the race guys all know. Most race guys from the 70s know Jim Adema. This was his sled. He took a Yamaha, single-cylinder Yamaha, and put a water jacket around it. It's a single free air, but he welded on a water jacket all the way around it. Wow. Didn't know the guy, but he was killed in 1975 in a race in Ironwood. They said he could make a snowmobile engine go fast. He raced cars too, but he can make a snowmobile go fast. That's a real, in the race world, that's a sled to have right here.
Wow.
I'm going to show you, let's go up here where the, I like the stuff made in Michigan. We have
Yeah.
Timberwolf made in Sioux, Michigan.
Okay.
And all the catalog stores made it too. Like right there, the orange is sold by Sears. It's called a Ed Hillary, but it's a Sears. And over here is a J.C. Penney's.
Wow.
That was made by OMC.
Okay.
This J.C. Penney's was made by Artie Cat. That's a collectible too. There are only like 200 of those made. It's all Artie Cat, but it's sold by J.C. Penney's.
Amazing.
This is kind of a neat little, kind of a dangerous thing here. The Larvin, you strap those skis to you, and this thing is all solid. It doesn't, there's no, the steering, this is just to hang on to. You did your steering by leaning.
The orthopedic specialists like that one, I bet.
No. How many broken legs? Up here is a Timberwolf made in Sioux, Michigan. There was only 8 of these made. Dr. Robinson and Dr. Zabelka. Dr. Robinson's he's still living. He's a orthodontist in the Sioux. Dr. Zabelka was a professor at Lake State. He's passed away. But they wanted to get in and make a snowmobile. Well, they made 8 of these, and it was just bad timing, way over production of sleds at the time. So this sled here was actually the pace sled at the Suwai 500. You can see a picture of it right there. That's Dr. Zabelko in front of it. It was a pace sled in 1970 at the CY 500. My granddaughter, there's a picture back there. My granddaughter and I took it around the track, and we restored it. In 2013, we took it around the track. So yes, this
That's
runs.
great.
We know I've got the race version in my garage at home. We have this one. Dr. Robinson's yellow one burnt in a fire, and I tracked another one down in a scrapyard in Sioux, Canada, so there's still 4 out there.
Wow.
If anybody can find one of those 4, I'd sure like to see it. Here's another one that was donated from Bombardier with this here on it. I remember, so we were up to Valcourt, Quebec 25 years ago, my wife and I remember seeing this at their museum.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's kind of cool. Alice Chalmers made 3 sleds. The 3 guys that worked at Alice Chalmers thought they could make a utility sled. They made 3 of them. This is the only one left. The other 2 are toast now. They're rusted into the ground. The one next to it was made homemade. This here's homemade. My dad bought it at a garage sale for $5. Had no idea what it was. I belonged to the Antique Snowmobile Club of America, and this is 30 years ago. It looked too good to be handmade, but it wasn't a Polaris, wasn't an Arctic Cat, wasn't a Fox Track. And then we finally found out it was made in Manistee, and the guy's name was Anderson. And now I've got all kinds of history on it. There's pictures here of him. His dad was a machinist. He was a machinist also, and they built 4 or 5 of them.
That's great.
We told you about the Honda White Fox. It's right here behind you. This orange thing. It was for kids. It's 175 pounds. Limit on it. Like I said, there was 200 made. They were sent out to their dealer network as prototypes, mostly in Michigan and Wisconsin. The guy that owns this one has that list of where they all went. Mostly Michigan and Wisconsin. Supposedly the guy was killed on them. They recalled them. Crushed them all, but we know of one supposedly in the Netherlands, one in New York, this one here, and 2 in Minnesota or Wisconsin just sold at an auction a couple years ago.
Wow.
Ours the only 5 we know of. And a whole lot in between. And then we ended with our new one.
Oh, yeah.
This is one of the 3 old guys from last
Yeah.
year. 3 old guys went
Right.
from Minnesota to Newfoundland, Canada, 3,700 miles, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
That's Rex's.
They're out in Alaska this
They're right
year.
now, they're in Alaska, yes. They were here in February.
Okay.
Last February. There's a picture of them here, standing out in front of our fireplace. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
I think they were here February 18th of last year.
Great. Oh, that's a wonderful.
Oh, we got all the signs.
Yeah, wonderful signs and sleds and
Memorabilia.
clothing,
We have a
memorabilia.
library, Bud Knapp, John McGurk library with all kinds of snowmobile history.
Yeah, so
Every
if,
Michigan Snowmobile magazine made, we have.
yeah, if you're in the UP, you got to stop. It's amazing. Well,
There's a lot more than I didn't hit.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank
You
you.
can come more times and see something new every time you come.
Sure.
It feels like.
Well, thank you very much for the tour, and we really appreciate your support, and really enjoyed hearing more about Top of the Lake Museum.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.